They left behind their school and work to see the sights from Broome to Burke. If you have a travel thirst, they'll quench us. Big bushy adventures. For 6 months they're on the road, right under each other's nose. All the mess and all the stenches. Big bushy adventures.
Welcome back to Big Bushy Adventures.
Hi.
Yeah, so after Darwin we headed to Kakadu. It was a bit of a will we go, won't we go, because a lot of things were closed due to the huge wet season. But, you know, we're there. We thought, of course we're going to go. Even if we can't do much, we'll still go and check it out. And aren't we glad we did?
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, we just went and stayed in Jabiru. What are they? I don't remember the name.
No, so when we got there, we did the sunset walk. It's a 300-metre hike, very steep up to the top of the hill, and it was absolutely stunning. Our first glimpse of Kakadu, and we basically fell in love, didn't we, with that view? Just the huge swamp areas, the, what do you call them, wetlands.
Yeah, all the wetlands, like all the billabongs, all there.
Everything full, flourishing, flowers everywhere. It was just this such sacred, special place, and we ended up staying 3 nights. So the next day we did all of the walks that were available. Saw a lot of rock art, which was absolutely incredible. Little crossing, which again was closed. It's the only road in and out of Arnhem Land, and Arnhem Land aren't taking recreational visitors at the moment still due to COVID, and the art centre was closed.
So even if the crossing was open, we would have only been able to drive across it back in.
Yeah,
So,
which is a bit pointless anyway, but so it was cool to see it kind of in flood. And there were people, crazy people out there fishing, weren't there?
In the water.
Saw them catching lots of fish.
not a bad spot to fish, is it?
No.
In the water.
It's really good.
You went out fishing that afternoon?
Yeah, we caught nothing. But it was just cool.
Yeah, and then we booked in to do a cultural tour, wanting to cross Car Hills Crossing and go over to Arnhem Land. Unfortunately, that couldn't happen, and so we ummed and ahed again, like, will we do the cultural tour? It was a little bit exy, but in the end, we thought we're here in Kakadu and this is what it's about, so we decided to do it.
Best decision ever.
It was, we can't even really describe it. It was a very special day. Lots of things we probably can't talk about because they're with a local. We just happened to find the most amazing tour guide. He was a local Aboriginal man, set to be an elder with all the knowledge that he has, and our minds were literally blown.
Yeah, so travelling with
Kakadu cultural tours, the Arnhem Lander. So it turns out we went to Arnhem Land anyway, which we didn't actually realise. So part of Kakadu is on Arnhem Land, and the art centre was closed anyway, so we really didn't miss out on anything. In fact, we got to go to sacred sites that can't be named and that no one really gets to go to because normally they cross the river. So we just got this most magical experience. There were only 4 other people with us, but there was something about Trevor, something about us that was drawn to each other, and he asked if he could come back to our camp and just chat, and so we got just this one-on-one time with the most amazing, intelligent, knowledgeable man at our campsite. So it was just a very special experience, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. So if you go out there, just walk along with them. If you don't, you're missing out.
one of the most magical things that happened when we were driving back into town, a dingo ran along the front of the truck. Yeah, and it never ever happens. Like if a dingo sees a truck, it normally like scoots off, but it just ran along the road for so long. It was just, yeah, incredible, wasn't it?
And a dingo is a sign of loyalty.
So Kakadu, we absolutely loved it. Sure, we did miss out on a few things, but we are 100% sure that it's a place you would go back to many times. Bushy and Sam have already decided they're going to meet up there and go for a fishing trip.
Yeah, Sam's going to buy me a boat. Or Andrew's going to buy me a boat. Someone's going to buy me a
Shiny
boat.
might buy Sam a boat.
Someone's going to get a boat.
From Kakadu, we actually met back up with Shani and Sam in Katherine and spent our last 3 days in the Northern Territory with these guys, who we just love. So we went to Edith Falls.
They walk to the furthest pool, and the furthest pool is actually, we think, better. Oh no, the middle pool or whatever it is. First pool. I can't remember.
No, yeah.
Good chat.
It was worth walking there anyway, put it that way.
The falls before Edith, so the falls after Edith Falls, but not the last falls that are better than Edith Falls.
Just do the walk. The whole walk's really good, isn't it?
Yeah,
just
but
do the
Edith
walk.
Falls wasn't really, we didn't even swim there, so I'd, yeah, do the walk because those falls are better. But again, depends on what time you're there, because it just happened to be a lot of water. There's not always a lot of water there. Yeah, so after Edith Falls, we headed into Katherine and checked it out. We stayed in Katherine for 2 nights. Jam and I went to the Katherine Springs. Yeah, so the next day we went out to Katherine Gorge, and we'd and ahed about. We really wanted to do the canoeing, but it was closed. And then we thought about doing a cruise, but we thought we'd do the walk in the sea. And it turned out we could walk right down into Katherine Gorge. And so we did another 12 Ks, and we were exhausted, but we got to walk all the way down through Katherine Gorge, which was absolutely stunning.
Yeah, it was one of the hardest runs we've done in a while, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, we haven't done a lot of walks, so we were pretty exhausted. And then we headed back into Katherine and went to Mimi Arts, which we spent a lot of time there because I couldn't decide what I wanted.
But then the boys bought one for Mother's Day.
If anyone listening knows what it's like to try and buy anything, pretty nerve-wracking experience.
But they nailed it.
Usually you have to make sure that you return anything you buy.
Yeah, so then that night we did Katherine Springs, which we loved, absolutely loved. We stayed down there for hours, right next to the caravan park, so we could walk there. Just a perfect temperature really, not too hot, not too cold. Next day we got up, and as we said, the boys went back to the art centre, and then we drove out to Bitter Springs and Mataranka Springs. So we stopped at Bitter Springs first. Look, it was high up there on the list of things that we wanted to do, and it was one of those things that really did not meet expectations. The water was very clear and beautiful to look at.
It smelled like horse shit, pretty much.
Yeah, it was pretty disgusting, and there were all these little floaties, and so we did it. We floated all the way down. Plus, we didn't take noodles or anything because we accidentally left them on the boat in
Sam left them on the
in Lake Argyle. So we basically had to swim the whole way, and we were exhausted.
Good on you, Sam.
But yeah, Bitter Springs, each to their own. I know other people have said it was their favourite place, not ours, but you win some, you lose some. It was still cool to see.
Yeah, if you like swimming in algae, it was awesome.
From there we went to Mataranka Springs and we stayed at the caravan park right on the springs there. The boys went fishing
And we caught so many trees. I lost that big that was stuck in a tree.
Yeah, it was about a $300 fishing trip, I suppose.
one of our cheapest.
If anyone's looking for a good lure, I'll just let them hanging up there.
Yeah, so Shani and I actually went and sat down in Mataranka Springs for hours and hours while the boys fished. So relaxing. And then we headed down for dinner to the little pub there.
And we saw Whippy, but not the Whippy that gives you ice cream. The Whippy that cracks you on the ass.
Nathan, whipping drinks. Whipping drinks. Pretty badass, man. Whipping sauce.
What, like you gonna talk about it?
Yeah.
Big loud boys go.
It has a few world records.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah, 4 world records. 3 current ones.
Did he talk about that?
He just showed us how fast he could crack whips and it was like
Anyway, Lides was invited up to do the train, so
that was so embarrassing.
we hated every second of it, but we loved it.
Okay, can you do a
What'd you have to do? No, do it. You had to yell that in the microphone while he did the cracking up whip. It was really cool. I'm glad you did it. I'm proud of you. And yeah, we had some drinks. It was just a really fun night. Highly recommend staying there. So relaxing. We got up early in the morning at 7 and went down with our coffee and hot Milos and sat in the springs for another couple of hours. In the morning they were a lot warmer and it was, we didn't want to leave. We ended up, then Bushy cooked us all pancakes and we didn't check out till after 10 o'clock. It was just such a lovely place. Another day there, but Queensland was calling.
Yeah, why'd you gotta stick to that? You waffle stomp the food down the drain.
Shut up!
Playing a corny waffle stomping.
And that is our time in the Northern Territory, take 2.
And this is what our life
Northern
is
Territory.
Like. That is true. That's what our life is like every day.
Next up,
Somewhere.
Queensland.
Queensland.
Well, it might take us a bit to get there, but we'll be talking to you from Queensland.
Got to say that we're in Billy Rock.
I've been looking for a long time. I think I've seen you before, and I'll see you again. We're not gonna slow down. There's a place where you live, and a place where you grow.
Walk our very first Kakadu walk. We're doing it for the sunset. 300 meters to turn, this one's a tough one. Don't know if we'll be able to do it. Pretty cool. Zooming stuff. See the end point? uphill, so I don't know if I can do it. Do you reckon I can, Dad? Oh, wow. That's amazing. water. And heaps of these wings all way. And then the cliff faces.
When we return to water, we could become the sea. We could flow like a river, or we could float like steam. Clouds of the heavens are flowing like a mountain stream. We are water, mostly water. When we return to water, like a raindrop in the sky, a mist in the early morning, sunshine through a rainbow sky. Pouring like a waterfall, wave crashing on the shore. We are water, mostly water. Frozen down a mountain high, will melt away at spring. We are water, mostly water. When we return to water, we could become the sea. We could flow like a river, or we could float like steam. Clouds of the heavens are flowing like a mountain stream. We are water, mostly water. When we return to water, like a raindrop in the sky, a mist in the early morning, sunshine through the rainbow sky. Pouring like a waterfall, wave crashing on the shore. We are water, mostly water. Frozen down a mountain high, melt away at spring.
Okay. So, boats.
Like, I wouldn't do that. Like this one?
Actually, no, the proper.
Mum living the dream.
How's your shed, mate? Didn't do one what?
I didn't do a poo.
Oh, you've never done a poo?
I had.
When? What'd you name him?
Pardon?
What'd you name him? You want to get Mum's phone?
Poor little fun pool.
I wouldn't get in there. Mum, the dad who I used to get.
Pin drop. No, there's rock. Look, it's running.
Right.
Here's a little engine that could. Come on. You can do it. Put your veg into it.
Pedal to the metal, you gotta make it! Gotta make it to the middle, it's so strong. It is doable. I've done it. I'm gonna do it again. Sorry when you don't say anything because I'm pedaling to the metal. And you just saw Dad get swept away.
Western Road, I climb up the bridge to meet you. Got blistered toes, with time to kill, I'm a sweet tooth. It's burning air in a town don't taste like it used to. I don't know where I'm going slowly. All my life had a dream, I get lonely. It's not like me to
Help Westro. Westro. Yeah, and I've climbed. I walked off about 5 metres and got down.
days destroying
I'm
me,
going underneath the water.
but I don't always mean what I say. Yes, I knew you always cared, but I'm not gonna.
It's so strong, you can't.
It's easy for the anger. That's just beautiful when you hold it. I'm a sinner for my anger, but I'll be waiting down your stairs.
What is it?
Telling them what it is.
No, we want to know what it is so that when we edit it, we know where we. Elijah's just corrected me. Katherine's Gorge. Katherine's Gorge. Yeah, coming back up's gonna suck. Yeah. Shotgun. Bam. What about we found someone's phone? We could make someone's day.
kill, I'm a sweet tooth. It's burning up, and the town
Another
don't
day,
taste
another-
like it used to. I don't know where I'm going slowly. All my life, had a dream. I get lonely. It's not like me to speak away. In the night, it's alright. Days destroy me, but I don't always mean what I say. But I won't see red, despite what's with it. Yes, I knew you always cared, but I'm not.
They're my favourite toys now.
I'm not done yet. It's easy for the
And I'll let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away. All right, give me another overdose, my baby. As they free me from that train, the railroad train of mine, and I'm moving on a little further down the line, home from Folsom Prison. That's right.
I'm going to give you the mic to sing it, and you just scream into it as loud as you can. I'll mean as loud as you can, eh? Can we do that? Sticks and stones will break the bones, and whips and chains excite me.
Very unlikely.
There's something real sharp as well.
Refreshing.
There.
Look at that. Let's just...